the greatest NASCAR mod of all time, I think, just released here in Assetto Corsa. Hello everybody, we're checking out the NASCAR Garage 56 mod here that you can check out in the link down below in the description. Now this is a paid mod. You have to subscribe on a Patreon. It's $5 USD if you want to get the car, so I had to pay a little bit more in Canadian currency. But we have officially got the Garage 56 NASCAR mod, and I wanted to put it for the first test in its true authenticity, and that's in the Le Mans, of course, circuit with the actual grid of cars. You know, we got the GT3 specifically in the LMDHs. I didn't go full, on board with a whole bunch of different classes, but we at least got the LMDH cars as well as the GT3s that we're going to be going up against here. Look how big that stock car looks, but look how incredible it looks as well as it sounds. I'll let you guys listen in a moment to the engine sounds as well, just pure raw sound, because it is fantastic here now as we're battling with the GT3 cars. Of course, this car, a big collaboration between NASCAR and Hendrick Motorsports specifically, was the team that was, the head of the project that led it to where it obviously went on the track in Le Mans and found a lot of success there and really made a big statement now as we head down this long straightaway, losing a bit of time. I couldn't find a way to max out the car's speed. I was topping out around the 165 range, so I'm working on that, and I want to test this car in other videos at a lot of different diverse types of racetracks, different ideas, taking it up against a normal NASCAR stock car, try it on an oval. There's a lot of different things I want to do with this car, but obviously the first test, you gotta put it on the track that we saw it on IRL here. Trying to go 3 wide with a couple of the GT3s down this long straightaway. Of course, you got these 2 long straightaways in Le Mans that go through 2 separate chicanes here, and we go up towards the second chicane here, and we can really break deep here. I was impressed by just, the fact that we can break really at the same point as the GT3 cars. We're about the same speed as these GT3s as well, but fantastic to drive. And unlike a normal NASCAR stock car, it feels very planted. You can feel the downforce, you can feel the power in the car, but yeah, I mean, it just more or less feels planted is the biggest difference that I noticed when driving this car compared to a traditional NASCAR stock car. You can kind of make the moves you want to make it and not have to worry about the car doing something unexpected basically now. But I'll let you guys now listen in just a second here to some of the raw engine sounds of this car. I'll let it go for 30 seconds or so here, but you can see us making some moves now. We're up into 32nd place. We're not going to win this race. I also have time progression on the maximum, so we're going to get to see in this 5-lap race, this car go into the darkness, and wait till you see what it looks like at nighttime is absolutely insane. The sun is already going down, but now I'll let you guys listen in for a few seconds on the raw engine. And there you have that raw engine sound here. Now going through the chicanes now, ending this first lap, and you can see the sun is setting. So going into darkness, actually a bit of an intimidating thing for me. I'm not quite sure. Daytime is already hard enough, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to hit my marks where I need to be hitting them for some of these corners at nighttime. You can hear some weird sounds with some of the other cars that I got in the game modded as well here. Now these GT3s, is I'm going to give them a little NASCAR hello style bump and run right there just about, but we decide to maintain position. But now going into the third person camera, look at this car as the sun's going down. You see the of course the headlights, but watch the tail lights here, really looking good. You got the both pipes out of the side there with the flames of course going out as you're slowing down. Looks absolutely fantastic. Don't do that. Don't recommend turning that beautiful Porsche around, but we continue on, and the sun continues to dramatically set at a very, very quick pace here now, and you can see same lap, and literally just like a few corners later, it's now dark. So look at the lights here. I mean, this is, in my opinion, the best camera to be driving from in this car. It looks absolutely flawless, and the dash lights, I mean, just really, really shine. A huge shout out to the group over there that's been making making this. They've been working on this mod for quite some time. Darren as well, I know a big name that's been kind of involved in leading this project, and it's actually come from the NASCAR Facebook group. But yeah, I'll link it down below, like I said, in the Patreon, for you guys to be able to have an opportunity to go and subscribe and get the car, because it's absolutely incredible what these guys have been able to accomplish and make here. Now, $5 for the car, in my opinion, a pretty fair price for the quality that we got here. So you can see getting passed by the Porsche now. I'm really struggling, you know, under the lights in the darkness here to kind of hit my marks now. The confidence had went high up in the daytime, and then as soon as the sun sets, my confidence goes quite a ways down here. Now, as you can see, just trying to follow this Porsche. The main reason I let that Porsche just kind of glide by, I wanted to use them as a reference car to kind of, you know, be able to hit my marks a little bit better, because I was losing time when I had no other cars close enough to me in front. But you see, it's given that Porsche a little bit of a run for their money down the front straight away, of course, heading up through the first couple of corners up here. But we're not going to be able to fight very much. I'm going to stay put just behind. And I decided, you know what? Let's do a typical NASCAR style kind of thing. What does NASCAR like to do, say at a Daytona or a Talladega with a long straightaway with high speeds? This right here, they like to bump draft. So we're going to be doing some bump drafting here with a Porsche. Didn't think we'd be saying that combination ever, but we continue on, and it was actually working. You can see after a couple of straightaways of bump drafting, we were closing in on the cars in front. If you look at the track map in the top right, you can see the big difference between the GT3s and the LMDH cars. They are long gone in the distance, of course, already at the next lap here. They've already started the final 2 laps of this race here. As well, I'm using a Gran Turismo mod for the UI that you're seeing on the screen with the speedometer, radar, leaderboard, etc. If you guys want that, I can link that down below in the description as well. Getting a little bit aggressive on track limits right there as we go around the outside into 32nd place. Thank you very much. That Porsche, the lights on it are incredible. I mean, everything in this game really looks absolutely fantastic at nighttime here. But this next gen, or sorry, not next gen, NASCAR Garage 56 mod looks absolutely superb, you know, at all times, but especially under the lights as well, with the flames shooting out and whatnot here as we try to catch the Mustang a little bit off guard. And speaking of Mustang, they are already working on as well a Garage 56 version of the Ford Mustang as well as the Toyota Camry. So we're not only going to have the Chevrolet Camaro, we're going to have the Ford Mustang and the Toyota Camry Garage 56 editions as well coming in the future from the same team. So that's going to be extremely exciting. So I cannot wait to put all those kind of 3 cars on the track together and test them out here as we continue to battle in these final couple of laps now. And you can see getting right into it now, going for a send there into the right-hander, and we get the job done on what looked like the Ferrari there as we continue to close in on the cars in front. But I mean, look at this shot. Looks absolutely beautiful here under the lights, which not many lights, you can hear me, I mean, in love right there, taking a steam screenshot at that moment. But the car, so much fun to drive, looks great, feels great, and racing it around these other GT3s, you don't feel out of place. I mean, you certainly look out of place, but you don't feel out of place against this class of car. It's really a lot of fun to go head-to-head with these cars now as we are closing in on the final lap, going around the outside here, pushing those track limits. The sun is going to rise on the very last lap of this race, which you'll see momentarily now as we had settled in still only P30. I mean, we're not really running that far up the grid, but it's really about just kind of showcasing and enjoying this mod. I really wasn't worried about my track position for once. I was more concerned with admiring this art, I'll call it, as we come through to start the final lap here in Le Mans, giving a big shove, maybe too much of a shove to the car ahead, and I just absolutely ruined their night here. Now, final lap underway. You can see now the sky getting a little bit brighter. The sun is coming up. It's going to come up just as quick as we saw it go down here. So by the end of the lap, it's going to be middle of the day basically here as I'm trying to really push the limits on this final lap and see what this Garage 56 Camaro is capable of here now through the right-hander now as we head down towards that long straightaway. Just couldn't quite get the car to hook up through there, so we decided to be really patient, but a lot of the times it does hook up and it feels really good. But we come towards the end of of this final lap. At this point, the leaders have already crossed the line and had finished the race in the LMDH class here now, but we've got a couple of, or just one Porsche in front and then a Mercedes as well in front, but unfortunately, I didn't run them down. We continue under pressure here into the braking zone, but we make our first big mistake on the final lap, going wide into the gravel pit there. We'll come back on track. We only lose one position. This Porsche behind us is not really pushing the issue. We'll stay ahead, only P30, but I mean, a great showcase to kind of kick off this mod. Like I already said, gave my opinions on it. A fantastic experience, and for the final time, it will be linked down below in the description. If you get the mod, or if you've already got the mod, or if you're just planning on watching this video and not getting it, at least let me know your thoughts down below of what you see. I just absolutely love it here as we continue through these final couple of corners. 31st, can we put some pressure on the back of the Porsche? Can we get them for position now as we head towards these final couple of corners? 2 chicanes remain. We have a nice run as we're going to go up into 4th gear as we get ready to go down towards maybe 1st gear here. You can roll through 2nd if you want, but we'll take it down to 1st. 1 chicane to go. A decent exit right to the back of the Porsche now as we're going to exit around the long way and hammer the gas, completely disregarding track limits, and we'll finish in P30. Garage 56 mod, absolutely incredible.